Greetings to all. You are watching Wisdom with Anthony. Are you struggling to make sentences? Are you not able to express yourself? Are you fumbling? Are you getting stuck? Are you finding difficulty to make sentences? Or are you the victim of not able to being expressed in your thoughts or in your ideas? If you still have lots of ideas, lots of insights, or obviously the vocabulary you have, but still you are not able to express yourself. You are watching Wisdom with Anthony. So today we will be discussing each and every problem one by one, and we'll try to resolve that in order to make our English wonderful one. So let us get started. So today I would like to start my lecture with an example. Suppose you have lots of vegetables inside the refrigerator. So you have lots of varieties of vegetables inside the refrigerator, but it is just like you have lots of words in the brain, then you do not know how to use that. Similarly, you do not know what to cook because you are confused. Right? You have lots of stuff, but you are not able to cook that what is to be taken out and what is to be cooked, because you are confused there. So similarly, having lots of words and still getting confused and not able to express those words in your statements, in your words, or in your conversation, so that is a really problem. So today we will be discussing each and every aspect. Let us come on to the very first, that I have picked some problems for you. It can be the problem of yours, or it could be the problem of yours, but sometimes you are still become a victim of this. So the very one is thinking and speaking is not matching. I need to say to you that my brain is thinking in other language, or in other words, you can say that my tongue is trying to speak very fast. My brain is thinking very slow. Maybe it can be the cause of that we are not the native speaker of the language. At the end of the video, I will be telling you 3 P's to remove this problem permanently. Though I will be talking about some other solutions, but that those 3 P's should not be missed. Okay, so when I'm trying to express myself very quickly, but the thing is that my brain is processing very slowly. So the reason behind, when the brain is working very slow, so when my tongue tries to speak very fast, so it is not able to, it won't be able to express itself. The reason behind that, the brain's operation and the tongue's process, it is not matching. When it is not matching, it will create a problem for you. Now I'm talking to you, I am expressing myself comfortably and just confidently. The reason behind that, the speed of my brain and the speed of my tongue are matching with each other. If they do not match each other, what will happen here? It will create the problem. And I may not be able to speak to you because I will get fumble, I get stuck, I will have lots of fillers, this, that's, what not. All in all, I just want to tell you, just try to relate it, whether it's a problem of yours that so far you tried to speak sentences but you are not able to. The reason behind that, your brain is so slow to give you the words because we are not the native speaker. And the second thing is that when you learn any language as a second language, as a third language, see, I would like to give you one more example, then you can have the better comprehension from that. Suppose a baby which is 3 months old, what do you expect from it? Do you expect that it will express itself very comfortably or fluently? It's not that. Or maybe a 2 month baby is not able to even speak. But we are not expecting from it to speak. It will not. Now let me take you to another phrase. After 6 months, it starts saying some words, not the complete sentence, it starts saying some words. It tries to identify, it tries to make you understand through his indications, through his signs, so that you can understand the why or what is the thing that is trying to tell you. So same is a person who is a baby in English. I mean to say that your initial stage of your English, let me tell you that if you follow up the methodology and the required efforts, believe me, you can make it happen within 3 to 6 months. I believe that everybody or anyone can be fluent after 3 or 4 months, or maybe during 6 months, or 1 year is the last time. Last time is more, so enough duration that one can be fluent in English. After 3 months, you will be speaking good, like no conversation, you can get into the conversation well. Okay, so let me come back to the topic again. So when a baby, right, 6 months is not still like not fluent, but after 1 year it starts saying some small sentences, and then you can relate it with, still it is not fluent. After second year, still it is not fluent. I mean to say, now it is better than the initial days. In the beginning, 3 months were different, then 6 months different, then 1 year different. Now I start saying, maybe calling out some words, but still not able to complete full sentence. But still we try to understand through the gestures, through the indication that it gives to us. So all in all, I want to tell you that same thing happens to us when we try to learn a second language, because a native speaker of any language, it is obvious to come out, that language, it is obvious to come out from your mouth. Obviously this is, you won't struggle there. If you want not to have struggle there, you need to understand this very fact that there is something that will help you out, and that we'll be discussing at the end of the video. Or before that, again let me take you here. My brain is working very fast, sorry, slow, and my tongue is trying to catch it, but it is too fast, and that is why it is fumbling. My brain is not able to give me the proper word, that is why it is not able to make the sentence, and my conversation is incomplete. If my brain gives the words at the proper time and the tongue catches it, what happens? The purpose of communication skill is complete. So in order to make a communication a successful one, we need to understand that the speed of the brain must match the speed of the tongue. So how can I do this? So you need to think in English and try to speak more. When you speak more, you come to know the level, you come to know the thing, that conversation is something that I am in the conversation and I am speaking more. By the time that I practice more and more and more, I feel comfortable in the particular language and my brain works in the language, so automatically it will supply. Now what will happen in this way? When you start speaking, something will happen that your brain will get stuck somewhere because certain words it doesn't know. So it will give you an indication that you need to know the word first of all in order to make your conversation a fluent one. So you will come back onto the point and you will learn those words, and then you will put them in the right structure, and the accomplishment of a conversation will take place. I hope you are getting what I mean to say. You can relate it with you, because it was the problem of mine and it is the problem of many of us. But furthermore, it will be a problem of any one of us, because today we will work upon it, will remove this problem. Right? Secondly, what happens that when we get stuck, what happens after getting stuck? We make lots of fillers, because the brain is not in that way, but my tongue is trying to get faster and it is not catching the brain because it's very slow, because it's the second language or third language. It has to find out, from a heap of a garbage, take out something, or from a heap of a clothes to take out something. It is like that only. The words are messy there, heaps of words are there. It has to take the appropriate word. When it happens, when you make your tongue compatible with the brain, when it happens, when you speak more. So there is no shortcut. If you want to speak English fluently, you need to speak more in order to speak fluently. Yes, it is the only way. In order to be fluent, you need to speak more. Keep speaking. Speak, speak, and speak. The more you speak, the more you learn. And the more you listen, the more you speak. Right? So, if you want your brain to give you the exact word, appropriate or apropos to the time, so you need to understand it will give you, but that should not be messy. It should be properly arranged. When it is properly arranged, when you have instructed the mind that whenever a word is needed, so please give me from that category, it will give it to you, because your brain is working according to the tongue. Tongue is working according to the brain. When it happens, when you have done enough practice, when you are in the practice of speaking, you are in the terms of speaking, then sometimes you know the words, you know the structures. Your brain sometimes when we have lack of confidence, that also it falls down. What happens when you are not confident enough? So your brain sends a message that you are not confident, and your brain again tries to catch tongue tries to catch the brain, but that speed mismatches, and that's why we do lots of fillers and this or that, and still we are not able to comprehend well, and we are not able to converse well. The reason behind that, our brain is not in the same way of my tongue. So I need to understand that my tongue and my brain go simultaneously in order to make my conversation a complete or a successful one. Here are some solutions that we have already talked about the problem. You have words, and sometimes suppose you are in the conversation and you come across a new word. So this is an old concept that you can write 5 to 10 words. It is not possible for any one of us now. We are now we need to upgrade ourselves. What shall we can do? We can do. What shall we do in this case? We can use, suppose you come across any word. So you need to make the word in a sentence then and there only. You need to make a sentence. Use that word in the sentence then and there only in 2 or 3 ways, so that you will not forget it and you just note it down somewhere. Maybe you can use your phone, notebook, or anything. See, option you have to see according to your comfortability, according to your convenience. You have to find out which are the best ways for me to note down. But you need to understand that you need to make the sentence of the particular word then and there only. Otherwise, it will again get lost in that heap. You try to understand how many words are there. There are some active words and passive words. Active words which you know, and you know that you know how to use that. That is active words. Passive words means you have read it, you have heard it, now it is lost somewhere. Now in the heap, you can understand. That is in the heap, now you have to find it out. So when you try to find it out, it takes some time. So understand what I mean to say. If you want to make your conversation a successful one, you need to train your brain to work accordingly, and you need to speak daily. You need to speak more. Again, I am repeating, the more you speak, the more you become fluent. Second, I have take some time. Sometimes we try to speak very faster. That time also our brain is not comfortable with the speed, or is not maintain the speed of the tongue. So in order to make the balance in that, we need to go a little slower so that brain and tongue can work accordingly. This is the most important thing. Sometimes we think that speaking too fast is only the fluency, and actually it does not even mean, it does not even exist. What is the wrong concept or the misconceptual thing? I do not know. Speaking too fast is not being fluent. This is the myth. And then I have, if you have noted down a word, if you have come across a new word, please don't leave it or just read it and forget it. No, it will again, as I told you, it will get into the heap, it get lost, and you need to find out. Then it's lots of efforts you need to make. Efforts means time, right? So that becomes a passive word for you. So I mean to say that when you get to know any word, please use that word then and there only in 2 or 3 different structures, so and try to often, once you note down that word, try to often use that word. If you don't use that word, again it will become like a lost thing for you. You have gone through, there are many words, you can just relate my words, what I mean to say. You have come across many words, but how many words? The next time when you use that word, the next time when you see that word, even though you need to think, I have read this word, I know the meaning, but I forgot. The reason behind, we are not in the habit of using those words. So when you are not in the habit of using those words, you will tend to lose those words. Lose means you will forget that words. So all in all, now overall, let me come to the conclusion of the video. Sir, this is the problem, so how can I reduce? First of all, try to speak slower. Try to make small sentences. Sometimes we think that just putting the big words and the different vocabularies with the difficult vocabulary, we think that our English is set to be very fluent and we will be able to impress people in a drastic way, dramatic way. No. Your purpose is to complete the conversation. See, if you bother about people's appreciation, that is a different thing, my dear. Ours, first of all, just come to know what is your purpose. If your purpose is just to complete the conversation, that's it. You will be praised there only. Don't go for the big sentences. Don't go for the complex sentences. No, my dear, that's okay. First of all, you start with the small sentences. If you go to the gym, you don't take out the 50 kg dumbbell, my dear. You need to start with the 2 kg, 2.5 kg, 5 kg dumbbells. We need to understand that beginning is always little lighter. A baby is not given food at the age of 1 month, 2 months. Do we feed baby with the food? No. We give it milk. Just try to understand. If you are at the initial level, try to go with the small sentences and let your brain come into that habit to supply you words. We are not in the habit of speaking and we are asking our brain to give the word to make us fluent. It is not possible. It is not possible for any brain. Your brain is also like an organ, so please let it work accordingly. I hope you are getting what I mean to say, because it is a necessary thing to understand that I am thinking something else and tongue is saying something else. It is mismatched. Go with the slower speed. Small sentences, easy, simple structures, correct, relevant tenses. You need to understand in which tense you are talking about. Suppose you are saying something about future and saying in the past, and that's also very wrong impact. Expression, no. Whatever we are going to leave on the listeners, that will be adverse. Once you slowly and gradually just evolve this, then you can come on to little longer sentences. And go slower. This is the key. And I told you that I will be giving you 3 P's as the success mantra to speak fluent English. My dear, those 3 P's are practice, practice, and practice. Without practice, you cannot think of becoming fluent. This is the reality. If you think that I don't want to practice, sir, but I want to speak fluent English, it will be a dream. Sorry to say, but it is a reality. If you want to speak fluent English, you need to practice every single day without skipping. Because practice is the thing that will make you, and also practice, I'm not talking about those boring practices, no. Make your tongue habitual of English. Make your brain habitual of English, and when you get immersed totally in English, when you create an environment of English, automatically English comes out. It will come out. Like a native speaker. But it takes a little extra efforts, not very big efforts, no. Because it's just mere language. It's not a rocket science, mere language. Just by putting into practice all these small things, you can speak fluent English. I hope that whatever we have discussed today, you must have liked the video. And if you are watching for the very first time and visiting at the platform very first time, I want you to subscribe the channel, and if you like the video, please do hit the like button, and obviously don't forget to comment or share the video. Thank you. Take care. Bye bye.